Thank you, Madam Speaker. Last evening, when I spoke on this legislation and this rule in the Rules Committee, I mentioned that this is a very emotional issue for those of us who value life so much. One of my colleagues has already spoken to the fundamental issue of life, but I think we always should have time to talk about our Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. And particularly as it relates to this issue, it's the Declaration of Independence which says, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men." Madam Speaker, that's what we're talking about here today. We're talking about what our government should be doing in the light of knowing that the most vulnerable among us are being destroyed, and that without life, there is nothing else. There are few things, our colleagues keep saying there are things that are more important for us to be debating today. But Madam Speaker, I would purport that there are few things more important than this debate over the trafficking of hearts and other body parts of unborn children, some of whom may have been born alive. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle claim that this legislation is part of a war on women, but in reality it's designed to stop the war on children that is going on in abortion facilities across this country. Large majorities of Americans believe their tax dollars should not go to fund abortions. They felt this way even before learning that during those abortions, children are dismembered and sold piece by piece. It's unfathomable that we have to debate stopping the provisions of tax dollars to organizations participating in such activities. It's also unbelievable that we do not immediately pass, by unanimous consent, legislation ensuring that children born alive, breathing and crying like each of us was on our first day outside the womb, deserve the same medical care that any child born in a hospital would receive. What is heartening in the face of this contentious debate is the principle that the truth always comes out. Abortionists can no longer hide in the dark back rooms of their facilities and sell unborn children piece by piece under an illusion that no one will ever know their crimes. Our debate today and the videos that have been released have shattered that darkness and exposed the callousness of the abortion industry towards life and the consequences of accepting abortion on demand as acceptable. Both of these bills, the Defund Planned Parenthood Act of 2015 and the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act, contain common sense provisions addressing the barbaric actions that have come to light in the abortion industry. And I commend the underlying bills in this rule, providing for their consideration, to all of my colleagues for their support. I yield back the balance of my time, and I move the previous question on the resolution.